Attention passionate New York Giants fans. The excitement in the air is palpable, and if you're a die-hard supporter of the G-Men, then you know that this offseason has been nothing short of electrifying. The latest whispers, rumors, and reports are pointing toward a seismic shift within the NFC East, one that could alter the landscape of not just the division but the entire league. That's right, something big is happening, and it's directly impacting the Giants' pursuit of another Super Bowl title. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that could redefine their offensive core, elevate their competitive stature, and potentially set the stage for a deep playoff run. The buzz centers around the possibility of the Giants acquiring Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase, a young superstar whose talent, explosive playmaking, and dynamic ability could be the missing piece in Brian Daboll's offensive puzzle. If this deal materializes, it could be one of the most impactful offseason moves in recent NFL history, reshaping the division's power dynamic and setting the Giants up for sustained success. But before we dive deep into the details, stats, and implications, I want to remind all of you to subscribe to this channel and become part of our passionate community. This is a family of NFL lovers, Giants enthusiasts, and football fans who share the same passion for the game. Let's push towards that 1,000 subscriber milestone together. Share this content with your friends, fellow Giants fans, and anyone who loves the sport. Now, without further ado, let's get into the heart of the matter and explore how this potential trade could change everything. So, folks, strap in because the NFC East is brimming with anticipation, and the Giants are at the epicenter of a possible seismic shift. The core of this speculation is that the Giants are eyeing a trade for Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase, a player whose talent, youth, and offensive explosiveness could turn around the Giants' fortunes almost overnight. This isn't just idle talk. Sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations are heating up, with the Giants possibly offering a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft in exchange for Chase's services. If this happens, it would be a bold move, a statement that New York is ready to contend again, ready to challenge the dominance of the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, and even themselves in the quest for NFC East supremacy. But who exactly is Ja'Marr Chase, and what makes him such a coveted asset? Let's take a deep dive into his career, stats, and potential fit with the Giants. The rise of Ja'Marr Chase. A deep dive. Ja'Marr Chase, born on March 1, 2000 in Harvey, Louisiana, quickly established himself as one of the most electrifying wide receivers in recent college football history. Playing for LSU, Chase was a key piece of the Tigers' national championship-winning team in the 2019 season, showcasing game-changing ability that translated seamlessly into the NFL. His blend of speed, route running, body control, and yards after catch (YAC) ability makes him a nightmare for defenses. Drafted 5th overall by the Cincinnati Bengals in the 2021 NFL Draft, Chase burst onto the scene as a rookie, immediately making an impact. His 81 receptions for 455 yards and 13 touchdowns in his first season set the NFL rookie record for receiving yards and touchdowns, surpassing legends like Randy Moss and Odell Beckham Jr. His yards per reception at 18.0 in 2021 was among the league's best, a testament to his deep threat capability. Fast forward to the 2025 season, and Chase continues to impress. Despite some injuries and team struggles, he posted 118 receptions for 380 yards and 10 touchdowns, even with a minor injury in Week 5, a testament to his resilience and elite talent. His yards per reception remains high at 11.7, signaling his knack for stretching defenses vertically. His yards after catch, YAC, figure of nearly 580 yards underlines his versatility and explosive playmaking. Why Chase is a perfect fit for the Giants. The Giants have historically been a team built around a strong running game and a disciplined defense. However, in recent seasons, especially under Brian Daboll's offensive coaching, they've emphasized a more balanced attack, with Daniel Jones improving significantly as a passer. Still, their receiving core has lacked a true game-changing WR1, which is where Chase comes in. Adding Chase would provide Daniel Jones with a premier target capable of turning short passes into long gains, creating mismatches all over the field. His speed and route-running ability would unlock more play-action opportunities, allowing Saquon Barkley to operate with more space and less pressure. Moreover, Chase's presence would force defenses to dedicate extra attention, opening up opportunities for slot receivers and tight ends like Darren Waller. Statistically, Chase's impact is profound. His PFF grade of 98 in 2025 places him among the league's elite wideouts. His yards per route run, 4.8, indicates his ability to produce consistently and stretch defenses horizontally and vertically. If he joins the Giants, projections estimate his production could reach approximately 250 receiving yards, significantly boosting the team's offensive efficiency. The business side. Why the Bengals might consider trading Chase, of course. Such a move hinges on the Bengals' willingness to part with Chase. Coming off a 7-10 season, Cincinnati is in a rebuild mode, trying to find the right mix of veterans and young talent. They're also navigating cap space issues, with Chase's contract for 2026 valued at around $24 million. This is a hefty price tag, especially for a team prioritizing roster flexibility and cap management. Trading Chase would free up approximately $20 million in cap space, giving Cincinnati the flexibility to invest in the offensive line, an area that struggled in 2025, allowing too many sacks and hits on quarterback Joe Burrow. It would also enable them to acquire draft capital or sign other key players to rebuild around Burrow, who remains one of the league's brightest quarterbacks. Some skeptics argue that losing Chase could significantly hamper Cincinnati's offense, which heavily relied on him as their top deep threat and YAC specialist. His yards per attempt have dropped slightly without him, and the Bengals could struggle to replace his production immediately. However, given their cap constraints, the strategic decision to rebuild around their core and prioritize long-term sustainability makes sense. Historical context and impact on the NFC East. Let's take a step back and analyze how this move fits into the larger NFC East picture. Historically, the division has been fiercely competitive, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all vying for supremacy. The Eagles, with their innovative offense led by Jalen Hurts, and the Cowboys, anchored by their top-tier defense and Dak Prescott's leadership, have set the bar high in recent years. The Giants, on the other hand, have been rebuilding, focusing on developing Daniel Jones, building a solid defense, and finding offensive weapons. Their focus on developing young talent has paid off, and now, with Chase potentially joining, they could leapfrog their rivals in offensive potency. The addition of Chase would elevate the Giants' offensive rankings significantly. Last season, they ranked around 18th in passing yards per game, but with Chase's addition, projections suggest they could jump into the top 10, possibly even the top 5 if everything clicks. Their explosive play rate could increase by over 20%, transforming them into a bona fide deep threat capable of scoring from anywhere on the field. Expectations for the future. What can we realistically expect if this trade goes through? For starters, the Giants' offense would become infinitely more dangerous. Daniel Jones, who's shown flashes of brilliance but lacked consistent weapons, would finally have a receiver capable of making contested catches and turning small gains into big plays. In terms of team success, the 2026 season could see the Giants making a significant leap. Their playoff odds, which currently hover around 25–30%, could rise to over 50% with Chase in the fold. This would give them a chance to compete for a top seed in the NFC, especially if their defense maintains its high level of performance. On a broader scale, the NFC East could become even more competitive. If the Giants bolster their offense with Chase, the Eagles and Cowboys will need to respond with their own strategic moves. The division could turn into a 4-team battle, with all teams having legitimate playoff aspirations. Deep dive into player analysis. Jamar Chase and the Giants' core. Let's explore Chase's fit within the Giants' roster. He would join a receiving core that includes players like Darren Waller, a top-tier tight end, and a reliable target for Daniel Jones, and a developing group of wide receivers such as Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson. Chase's presence would not only elevate the passing game, but also open up opportunities for these younger players, who can thrive in a more dynamic, explosive offense. On the offensive line, the Giants have made efforts to improve pass protection, which is crucial for maximizing Chase's impact. If the line can hold up and give Jones time, the combination of Chase's route running and YAC ability would be lethal. Defensively, the Giants have maintained a solid unit, ranked among the top in sacks and turnovers in 2025. Their secondary, led by cornerbacks like Adoree', Jackson, and rookie safeties, could benefit from a more balanced team that forces offenses to respect the pass more deeply. The future outlook. Building towards a Super Bowl looking ahead, the Giants' organizational strategy seems clear. They're investing in young talent, smart draft picks, and now, potentially, a superstar receiver who can be the centerpiece of their offense. With Chase, the team could develop into a high-powered, explosive unit, capable of challenging the NFC's best. Drafting and developing a strong defensive line, improving secondary depth, and maintaining offensive consistency will be critical. The Giants' front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive, and acquiring Chase would be the ultimate expression of their ambition. Final thoughts and fan engagement. This potential trade is more than just a rumor. It's a symbol of the Giants' renewed confidence and desire to contend at the highest level. It's a move that could define their future, energize their fan base, and change the divisional balance of power. Now, I want to hear from you, the passionate fans. Do you believe the Giants should go all in and trade for Chase? Would giving up a first-round pick in 2026 be worth it? How do you envision Chase's impact on the team's chances of winning a Super Bowl? Drop your comments below and let's get this conversation started. And as always, stay tuned for more updates. We'll keep you informed on the latest Giants news, off-season moves, draft strategies, and everything else you need to know to stay ahead of the game. This off-season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with your support, we'll be here every step of the way. Let's go Giants!